What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Stanley Parable. Enter the current. Does that actually matter? 12:57 a.m. Yeah. Right? No. 12:57 p.m. Or is it 8 now? It's 8 now. Oh well. I've been playing. Okay. So I had a snow day today, right? And I was playing. FOV I don't really care about. I just want to make sure that that doesn't actually like matter. Pause, interact, look, move, crouch. Got it. I was playing Hello Neighbor for like 4 hours this morning, ever since like 8 o'clock, and then or like 7 o'clock, 7:30, and then I recorded like God of War for about 30 plus minutes, and then now I'm here. I've wanted to play the Stanley Parable for a while now. I've actually played it before, but I only played like the very beginning, so I didn't really. Should I have not skipped? Yeah, we're gonna begin the game again, because I shouldn't have skipped, and I pressed the wrong button. Because I saw it press X, and I pressed it, and then I read the skip button. Yeah, we're gonna do that good. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. No. Fine. What am I doing?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Got it. Now, I feel like I can play this game multiple times, right? Because the whole point of the Stanley Parable is like a... That's typing. Trophy earned. You can't jump. Trophy earned. Get your first trophy. Can I crouch? So all these buttons are incorrect. Got it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know what? We're going to play this a couple times, so we're going to make you guys wait for the fun one. We're going to actually listen to the narrator 24/7. Listen to him on this playthrough. I'll play through it multiple times, don't worry. Because I want to see how, like, different
Yet
it is.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
What is going on? I have no clue what I'm doing. Like, at all. I've played the Stanley Parable like once when it was like the original. And I made all the wrong choices. It was like Dude Stop. I loved playing Dude Stop. That was a great game.
Into the building,
If it was on PlayStation, I'd play it with you guys.
Peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
That's a loud bang
walked straight ahead
upstairs.
through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I said I would do it.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, I have plenty strength. I'm just listening.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each
I don't know
bore
what
the
office
number
I am.
of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I think I'm like right over here, right? I think I'm right. Ah, don't do that thing.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, but how do I do that? Console disabled. I'm guessing what I want to do is go 1, a 2. Is there a 3 around? Hello, Mr. A 3. Mr. A 3. Are you here, Mr. A 3? There is no Mr. A 3.
And when at last he found the source of the room's...
Did I die? I should have probably let him speak.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Trevor, beat the game. I beat the game in 10. Oh, well, that's going to be it for this episode of the bot. No, I'm pretty sure I know how this game works, so we're going to wake up back in our office again, I'm guessing? Yeah. And we are 427. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think what I'm going to do is play through.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And I'm going to do the right thing a couple times.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm going to, work backwards. So, do some reverse... Not psychology, but, reverse...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication
I can't remember.
of any human
4582?
life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Yeah, that's how this game is gonna work, I'm guessing. Let me get to my first decision that I'm gonna make wrong.
What
which
horrible
means
secret did this place hold? Stanley
we're over
thought
here.
to himself.
I was right.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Or we're over here. We're here.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their
For
true nature revealed. Each bore the
27,
number of
right
an
there.
employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Whoa, 234 is weirded out. Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe.
And 104 got fired.
Had Stanley really been under
601 got
someone's control all this
fired.
time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
And
Stanley decided that this machinery would never... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
What?
It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now.
5.
Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much
there.
better than what I had in mind.
3's right there.
We have
4's
so
up there.
little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Let's see.
What's
1.
that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are. A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance
blue
of the
1.
story.
That's what I'm looking for. A
Sometimes
blue
when
1.
I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you.
0142.
That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until
I
the
press
moment
off?
I say, happily ever up.
I don't think I pressed off. I think I got nuked. Okay. I think I want to do one more decision for this one. And it's sooner than that one. It's way easier to get to. Yeah, give me a second.
Pushing random
Okay.
buttons on the keypad,
Just got
Stanley
that
happened
done.
to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
And then we go down. Just talking. Never mind. We start loading. Cause like I don't think I could have actually saved that rocket. This game is very
Stanley
high
walked straight ahead
replayability.
through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But hear me out. What if I did this?
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
No, I won't. You're bluffing.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
You're bluffing.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
You're bluffing. There's no death. There might be death. Did I die? I didn't die. I'm alive. Barely.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna survive. I did not survive. I did survive.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh. Wait, what? I thought it was faking me out and it was gonna crush me, but it was faking me out about crushing me, and the Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you
Nature
see
paintings.
that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
The office layout, yeah, so there's the desk, and then there's the desk, and then there's this, then there's this, then there's a corridor, and then there's the two doors. Other random office computers, okay. Button sounds. Is that like the sequence? It needs to go based off of those things? Office clock, okay. Boss's office.
Back on track to where he was supposed to be in the story. Then he pushed the number 4.
Narrator outtakes. The number 4?
Stanley pushed the big red button.
The number 4. Or the big red button. There is no big red button. I didn't see a big red button in that room. Just random, the office, yeah. The number 4.
probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Still nothing. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. Well, in that case, I'll tell you what. You win. Congratulations. You did it. I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Okay. That, I don't like that sound. Okay, we're gonna go this way, and then we're gonna go up there, because I think that's, like, out. These are all credits and stuff. You can pause if you want to read them. But I'm not gonna stop myself. The Office. Wow. That's crazy. Oh, Warzone. Whoa. Okay. Just a bunch of, like, stuff. I can't remember if it's Portal or this one where the meme is the cake is a lie. Got it. Meeting room. Maintenance layout. Oh. Maintenance lounge, disobey. First choice, obey. Okay. There's like a bunch of stuff. This is what? A Zending model? Oh, iterations, got it. The escape menu. Wait, now if I get like lined up. Got it. Switches. Okay. Is this like the ending? Is a bunch of stuff? Oh, thank God. Get me out of here. Exit. Exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you
The
see?
Stanley Parable's
Can
off.
you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time
Turn off my PlayStation. I'll just turn it back on and it'll do that. Do I turn it off? We'll try that next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button after you do all that so you never miss a video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.